The last thing there is melodic intonation therapy, and we only have one more slide, I think, of theory, and then we're going to get into more demonstration songs. Melodic intonation therapy, when I was in Switzerland, I visited hospitals where people had brain damage, okay? Aphasia. Do you know what aphasia is? Aphasia is when either from a stroke or from an accident, people have a brain lesion that blocks the speech and they can't talk anymore, and that's aphasia. And they found out that through using exaggerated intonational contours or song, okay, that they could get these people to speak things. They tried, first let me back up a second. They knew that these aphasics could sing complete songs that they knew before the onset of the illness or the accident, but they couldn't say any words. They could sing complete songs. It was a mystery. And they tried replacing the songs with other words, but no, it was a fixed pattern. They couldn't do that. And finally what they did was they had this melodic intonation therapy where they just intoned certain things, almost like Chinese tones, okay? But they would take somebody's hand. Can I borrow your hand? And they would say things like, à table, okay? It means come to table, it's time to eat in French. And it's partially kinesthetic, it's movement, but also the intonation was very exaggerated, and the patients could actually learn to say these things, okay, with this exaggerated intonation and reproduce speech. And they learned lots of snippets of language that were useful for them, okay? And the idea was at that time, this is in the 1980s, remember, that it was blocked on the left side of the brain, left hemisphere, and it was rerouted through the more musical right hemisphere. Now we know right and left are really always mixing up, and it's not quite so evenly distributed. But at least that's what the idea was, that somehow we were using the musical ability to relearn language. Okay? My PhD was discourse analysis also of 50 pop songs in the hit parade in 1987 from England. Okay, it was from Europe really, the top English songs. What do you think were the 3 most frequent words in this corpus? Love? Huh? Heart? Love? Huh? I? You? Okay, good. Love, I, and you. Yes, not in that order. But those are the 3 most frequent words, okay? There was another particular thing that came out of the discourse analysis is that there was no references to where and when, a place and a time, okay, in these songs. And in analyzing them, we started calling the discourse of pop songs Ghost Discourse, okay? And what it means is that you hear a song, the words come down to you, wherever you are, and they don't have any meaning all by themselves. Words don't have meanings, by the way. People have meanings for words, all right? And especially in songs, because there's no when and no where, and even the I and you, where there's no really specific people, it's just words coming out of nowhere, okay? And it's up to the listener to assign references, okay? And so we called it Ghost Discourse. You can test yourself on this. If you think back to a song that you loved a long time ago, and then you hear it all of a sudden now in the present, you tend to think back to, when I was in high school I heard that song, and I was in love with her or him, and these people were there, and that was the situation, okay? I can still remember being in the back of a VW bus, laying down and listening to Beatles songs. And that's just stuck in my memory, and the people that were there and what the songs referred to. Okay, so it's a ghost discourse. Another way to let you see this, I had a couple in Paris who got married, and they had their favorite song because it was playing while they were dating a lot. Okay, and that they didn't know English, and the song was Yesterday. Okay, and that was their song, okay, which is a breakup song, right? So, but that's their song. Words and things don't have meaning. People have meanings for them, right? Okay. Also, in the discourse analysis, we found out that the speed of songs was half the speed of regular speech. Okay. It wasn't that they said it very slowly. It was that there were lots of pauses. They sang in normal speed. There were just more pauses. And what research is showing us now is that people process, understand things in the pause time. And if teachers, as language teachers especially, will stop and shut up every once in a while and give more pauses, students understand better. Because during the pauses, words can echo in their head, and they have time to make meaning. But if you have a long sentence that keeps on going and people keep on talking, it's really, really hard to keep it all in and process it and everything. Oh, it's terrible. Okay?